I think we will go ahead and get started. So today we have an expert that I am so excited to have with us. It's actually one of our members, Patricia Galgos, and she is from New Mexico. And she joined. What month did you join, Patricia?
Say July. Yeah, July.
Okay. Okay. So she joined in July and just dove right in and started getting getting new patients. And we talked with her in, I think it was like December, and we've got to get her on and hear what's working and how she got this far in her business. So, welcome, Patricia. I am just going to run through some questions with you, but to the rest of you, if you guys have questions, please feel free to come off mute or leave it in the chat, and I will interrupt my questions to give you guys the floor. So, the first thing, and I think there's a little bit of a delay. She's driving right now, so we'll be patient with that. But the first thing is, can you walk us through what your business actually looks like right now? Like, what's the day to day looking like for you?
So I do a lot of evening appointments and I do a lot of weekend appointments. I live in a really, really small town in New Mexico. Population, I don't know, maybe 1,100 at most. So I have lived there all of my life. So 48 years I have lived there. And I pretty much am either related to or know everybody that has been there as long as I have or longer. So it's just really talking to people. I am very involved in the community. My husband is very involved in the community. So we know a lot of people. So I just literally go out there and talk to people and explain to them what I'm doing. I use social media. So yeah, I am using the Repeat MD app, which has really, really helped my business because it doesn't make me have to take those phone calls. So, I'm sending out my app link, people are signing up on my app. I get a notification that they've either bought services or a membership, and then I call them. Because my schedule is so crazy, I don't have a scheduling an opportunity for them to schedule. So, I get a notification, I call them, I get them scheduled, whatever works around my schedule, and then I get them seen and done. And my business has literally been thriving with GLP-1s and Botox. So
That's amazing.
started taking GLP-1s myself. I had been, I wanted to dive into it and just wanted to do it. And finally just took the leap and said, okay, I'm going to start GLP-1s. My goal was to lose 50 pounds. Last week I weighed myself and I have hit my 50 pounds. So I am down 50 pounds since August. And people notice that. People don't like to come up to you and say, hey, you've lost weight, or hey, your cheeks aren't as full as they were, or stuff like that. But they notice and they ask, what are you doing? And so I literally just tell them, this is my business, this is what I do, this is what I offer, and this is what I do personally. My Botox, I don't know if Marie is on here. Is Marie Dudley on here?
I don't see her on here. Oh, I wish she was.
I wish she was too, because Marie Dudley is a new nurse with Five Square. She was a referral that I sent over. She's one of my wonderful friends. She is my injector, and she is actually the reason why I took the leap and got into Five Square.
Wow.
She didn't know about Five Square, but she's been my injector and she's been a great friend. And every time I went to see her, I said, Marie, I really, really, really want to start doing this. Like, this is my goal. I want to inject. I want to do all the things that you do for me. And she would just talk me up every time. Talk me
Oh,
up, talk me up. Hey, come in. We'll do some stuff here where I'm at. I'll show you the ropes. Let's do this. So Marie is the reason why I took the leap and got into Five Square. And then I turned around and I actually got her to come on with me.
I love that.
So I give huge, huge props to Marie. I wish she was on here. I hope she watches the recording later because I absolutely love her. So yeah, so we've been talking a lot. We've been kind of figuring out how our businesses can work together, how we can help each other. She's closer to Albuquerque, and I'm more, Albuquerque is one of the bigger cities. But so she's closer that way, and then I'm further south. So we've kind of figured out how to refer people to each other. So that way it's more convenient. So we're doing that. And yeah, it's just like I said, it's a whirlwind, and I kind of sound like I'm all over the place, but it's what's working for me. And eventually my goal is to just do my business full time because I love it, and seen I've seen where I can go if I can put in 110% like I really want to do. So
Mhm.
I know it's there. I'm just a little bit scared to just take that leap and just do it. In fact, my husband and I were just having a conversation this morning before I left to work, and he was like, we just need to do this, like, and he totally didn't even want me to do this because he's like, it's such a big risk. I don't know if we're ready to take this risk. Where are we at? It's just so fast. And now that I'm in it and he is seeing what's coming of it and how busy I am, he's like, we just need to do it. So that is our goal, and that's where we're headed.
Oh, I love that. I can't even stop smiling because everything you say is just exactly like what we want to see from our members. And it's another, I mean, just a couple things I wanted to point out is, like she said, she's a rural nurse. So she lives in a very small community and like is able to grow and build her business in this way. And I just think that is so inspiring. It's another testament of one of our members bringing in GLP-1s and having wild success with it. And I just love being able to walk around and be like, yeah, I lost all this weight on GLP-1s. You're a walking advertisement for yourself too. So congrats to that. That's huge. Um,
Yeah, and I really honestly, like, literally, I'm literally just a walking billboard for what I offer. I do all the vitamin injections, I do the Botox, I'm doing the GLP-1. So that's, and I'm just getting clients just want to do it. And I have so many clients that are like, oh, I've never done Botox, or I've thought about it, but I've been scared and I don't know what it's going to look like and I don't know how it's going to feel. And to be honest, I have not been able to inject my own face yet, but I'm getting there. I've come so close to just injecting my own face, and I know I'll get there. I know I will. But Marie, when she gets on, or when she sees this,
yeah.
Marie will always be my injector, like my
Yeah.
lips, my Botox, but I want to be able to tell people, listen, I inject my own face. So
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly what it's going to feel like. And I feel like that gets people to just be like, okay, yeah. And like I said, I know so many people, and I'm one of maybe 3 nurses out in my community. And so there's not a lot of nurses out there. And I feel like they trust me. And I've been a nurse for almost 20 years. So they know who I am and they've seen me. And building, I don't, I mean, I'm not saying I don't have to build the trust, because you always have to build the trust with your clients and with your patients. But that has helped me a lot. And I really honestly, when I first started, I thought this community is so small, and just the different dynamics and the different cultures and everything all wrapped up. I thought I was going to have a really hard time. And don't get me wrong, I still have trouble. I still have to work at getting my clients and getting people in. That's an everyday thing. I promote my business everywhere I'm going, everywhere I'm at. I've put up advertisements in our gyms. I have banners. I have, so many different things that I do. And the clients don't just come. And just because I know everybody and I feel like I've lived there all my life, and I still have to work at getting my clients and still have to build that trust. But I
Mhm.
think I've done a pretty good job, and so I'm always going to work at that.
What are some of the things, like you said, you've gone into gyms and you've done advertisements. What are some of the ways that you have found most effective to get your name out there?
Um, so a good friend of mine is actually a digital creator. So she's in college. She goes to college at New Mexico State, and she's a digital creator. She's a photographer. So what I've done is I've actually just pulled her in, and she helps me with a lot of my social media content because of the small community and, like I said, the culture, the age differences. Not everybody has social media. Not everybody uses social media. That is a big part of my marketing. But I literally just walk, I go to games. I attend almost every basketball, volleyball, football, everything. My husband and I coach. We coach little league. We coach on youth basketball. So I literally just talk to people, and it's really weird for me because I'm I'm very social, but I'm not one to just walk up to people and just start a conversation, like if it's a stranger or someone I don't know very well. So I've had to really push myself to do that. And I make it a point to, and I know this is going to sound funny or weird or whatever. I literally look at myself in the mirror in the morning when I'm getting ready for work, and I'm like, all right, your goal today is to talk to two people that you've never met in our community, even though it's so small, somewhere. If you stop to get gas, talk to somebody. If you stop at the bank, talk to somebody. So I've literally had to coach myself and tell myself that, because I know that, yes, I'm promoting my business, but I'm also doing what I've always wanted to do as a nurse, and that is help people
Mm.
be well and be better, and look better and feel better, and maybe even slow down some of that aging and some of those medical problems that they might have. So I've had to really push myself to do that. But I try to just get out there and just talk to people. My husband could talk to a rock and just will get anybody to talk to him. And I'm just not. I'm kind of just in the background. They know I'm there, they know what I do, but I'm not out there in the forefront saying, "Hey, I have a business, I can help you." That's just not me. So
Mhm.
it's something I've had to learn.
Yeah. So what are some of the ways that you found effective to go out there and start that conversation? I think that's something a lot of people struggle with, is like, okay, well, what do I say and how do I say it so it's not this weird, awkward combo?
Yeah, I don't ever start off with anything about my business. I really don't. I just say hello, or I say how are you, or if I can, if there's something going on, like a community thing, a meeting, or something, I just kind of walk up to people and say, I know I recognize you, or I've seen you before, but we've never really talked. Just wanted to introduce myself. And usually 9 times out of 10, I use my husband. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Albert's wife." And, and they know my husband, even though he's not even from there. He didn't grow up there. He's not from there. No, I've lived there all my life. So I use him because he's a big face in our community. He's the mayor pro tem. He runs all of our youth programs. He's a teacher at the school. So I use him. I use my husband, and that's how I have been able to just start conversations with people, because like I said, it doesn't just come naturally for me. So I've had
Mhm.
to really work at it, and it's still difficult. It's still hard for me to do, but I'm working on it, and I feel like I'm getting a little bit better.
Yeah, sometimes just making yourself do the hard things, the things that make you uncomfortable, you get better and better at it. And those first few
Yes.
conversations might be awkward, but you'll get better. So that's really good advice. Um, So out of you said you do talks and GLP-1s, those are your like main two. Out of those two, which one is like are you getting more new patients with? What's bringing in more revenue for you? Like what ways are you leaning with those?
Okay, so in the beginning, the GLP-1s were, I was just getting clients one right after the other.
Mhm.
I know it doesn't sound like a big number, but I have 18 clients that are on GLP-1s that are, of course, every month have been consistent. That's 18 that are consistent. And then I would say I'm getting 2 to 3 new clients every month. So they're talking to each other, they're talking to their friends, they're talking to other people. I actually, Estancia is very small. I work in Albuquerque, which is the biggest city close to me, which is an hour from me. There are multiple places in the Albuquerque area. I have I have clients in Albuquerque. I have clients in Los Lunas, which is another small community outside of Albuquerque. Um, I have clients around Estancia and the Albuquerque area.
Mhm.
So they're just talking to each other and doing that. Now, Botox, I don't have a lot of Botox clients, but they're repeat. They're either coming in for something new or I've had one that started out, just very small amounts here and there. Last 2 weeks ago, I did full face on her. I've given some, and I don't want to say discounts, but I have a few friends that I just giving them giving them a special. So they're talking to more people and bringing more people. I now have 11, I think, both clients. So 18 GLP-1s are consistent every month. November, no, I'm sorry, since September. Um, I had a lot of clients like right off the bat. We've just been consistent and I just keep adding to it. Point where I feel like I could do this like a lot of my time because I feel like I'm running out of time during my day or during my week.
Mhm.
So I feel like I'm pushing myself towards that place where I'm going to be able to do this full time.
Yeah, that's awesome. Um, can you share so you mentioned you have Repeat MD. Do you have like a membership model for GLP-1s? Are people on like a monthly membership plan with you?
So I am with Repeat MD. I actually have a call with them in a couple of days because my memberships, I don't know what's going on with them or if people just are leery of them. I'm not sure, but
Mhm.
my memberships aren't doing well. So I do get people that call me, but they're not doing the memberships. So I don't know. We're going to have to tweak something or look at something, maybe do something a little bit different.
Mhm.
Or maybe I don't know. I'm gonna be doing that soon. So I'm not having great success with Repeat MD yet.
Mhm.
Like I have a few people that have done memberships for like vitamin injections, and I'm not doing a whole lot of IV therapy because it takes a long time and I feel like I just I don't have all the time to be able to focus on that.
Mhm.
But I can see where the Repeat MD is. It's there and it's working, and I see the texts coming out and the promotions and
Mhm.
that. But I think we need to tweak some stuff. But overall, it was an easy process. So I really like the Repeat MD model and how they do things because it
Mhm.
makes it really easy for me and I don't have to do a lot of the work. Not saying that I don't want to do the work. I just need to find more time. But I think we need to tweak some things. I'm sure it would work great if I had like a scheduling model on there, a
Mhm.
way for people to schedule, I think would probably help. So maybe
Yeah.
once I go full time, it'll work a little bit better for me.
Yeah. Um, John Makoff, I saw you come off mute. Did you have a question?
I was just going to suggest to, I think it's Patricia. Patricia, I'm sorry if
Yes,
I got that wrong.
that's
Um,
okay.
by the way, you're super inspirational. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your
Thank you.
story. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, maybe, and you're probably doing this, but uh, if if people are a little timid about membership, try and work them into packages first, and once you gain trust, then memberships will be easier. It's hard to sell memberships without trust, right? And when you're, um, it's hard to endear trust without actually, you know, having that relationship for a while in this industry because it's obviously it's people's bodies. So, um, if you're going to retool there, um, strategically, maybe put together some really interesting packages um, that have membership like benefits. In other words, are repeatable, multiple treatments that will build into a membership format. That would be one suggestion that you might try as you've suggested you're retooling.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I love that. Jennifer, it looks like you have a question.
I was just gonna say I do like the first shot, but then I have a shot package. So then I will be like, if you like this and come back next time, we can do a package and it's this much off per shot, or buy six get two free. Um, and a lot of people end up doing that the second time they come back.
Hmm,
Oh,
that's
okay.
good.
Yeah, I had done that with B12s. In fact, I'm still running the B12s. I sell so many B12s. And they do the pricing the package that I have. So that one definitely works, but that's another thing. I just haven't really focused on that, and that would probably help me out so much. Thank you.
Patricia, do you have a referral program? And if so, would you mind sharing what that looks like?
I am actually in the process of working on a referral program. I think I'm at a point now where I should probably have a referral program. So I might be reaching out to some people to help me with that referral program because I've been talking about it and I've been thinking about it. I really need to get it in place. But I
Mhm.
want to make sure I'm doing it right. So I make sure that those people are um, getting their uh, whatever. What am I saying? Sorry, I got distracted. A big old truck parked next to me. Sorry. Easily distracted squirrel. So yeah, I need to definitely work on a referral program, but I have not started, but that is in the works. So I'm probably going to be reaching out for some help with that.
Yeah, our nurses have a lot of fun and creative ideas for their referral program. So you'll have to ask in the community and get some good
I
ideas.
will definitely do that. Be watching out,
Awesome.
ladies. I'll be asking.
All right, Patricia. Well, we've got a few minutes left, and I was just wondering if you had one piece of advice for these nurses that are just getting started or maybe struggling to launch. What would be that piece of advice for them?
So the one piece of advice that I would give is do not give up. It's not easy. It definitely is not easy to launch your business and to get your clients and to order all the products and get everything situated. I still struggle. I do. But I know what my goal is, and I know that I'm helping people and that people really, really want the services that we offer. And if you're mobile, even better, because it really gets clients when you say, you don't need to come to me, or I don't have a brick and mortar, I'm going to come to you at your convenience. And so that's what keeps me going. And that's what keeps me just trucking along, even though some days I'm like, why did I do this? What did I get myself into? But just don't give up. The 5 Score community has been amazing. When I have questions, if things come up, um, they've been absolutely amazing. So if you ever feel like you don't know what you're doing or you don't know which way to go, reach out. Just reach out. The community is so full of information. Like I scroll through there, I scroll through posts, I scroll through comments, I watch videos, and I swear every time I watch a video, every time I watch an Ask the Expert, or there's a question on there that pertains to something I was thinking about, it motivates me so much more. So lean on the community. Don't give up. I know every one of you on the call and everyone in the community will succeed. The, I mean, it's huge out there. Our
Mhm.
services are wanted and needed, and there's room for all of us. And just don't give up.
I love that so much. That's such great advice. Well, I thank you so much for joining us. This was so inspiring just to hear your story and how well you're doing. And I just can't wait to watch you succeed over the next several months. This has only been a few months since you've started. So it's crazy. I can't wait to watch you grow.
Yeah.
And thank you, everyone who joined. And I hope you all have a fantastic weekend.